All right, guys, what is going on? Back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Georgia Southern headed to Nevada. They're going to Nevada to play the Wolfpack, going to Reno, and this is going to be really interesting how this plays out because this team is very similar to, I'll say, the Boise game, but they play like the scheme is just like ours. They have a multiple offensive scheme. They play a 4-2-5 just like us. But the thing is, we may have the same issues that we had against Boise State. So hopefully Georgia Southern can figure out what they did last game and fix some of those things. We're going to talk about all of this as we go into this game. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I really appreciate everybody who's been watching the channel, watching the podcast, and everything under that umbrella, based on the show. I really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. All the new subscribers, all the Boise fans who came through, all the usual subscribers who come through to watch. I really appreciate it. We're going to talk about Georgia Southern playing Nevada, and Nevada is going to be a tough task, just like the Boise game. So we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's when we go up against this team and find a way to get a W. Now, if you look at this team, we're going to talk about Nevada first, and I'm going to talk about what Georgia Southern has to do. Just like last game, we had a problem with stopping the run, and they have a running back at Nevada who's actually pretty good based on what he's done last game versus Troy. Savon Red. Savon Red, number 6 for the Wolfpack. He stands at about 5'10", 214 pounds. Very similar, build of Genty. Genty of Boise State. I can't say that he's just as good because who's better than Genty, but he's going to have that similar type of stout. So we got to learn how to tackle once again, because this last game that he played against Troy, he had only 10 carries. He had 11 carries, but he ran for 135, ran for 12.3 yards a carry. Then their other running back, Pat Garrow III, he had 2 touchdowns off of 9 carries, 53 yards. And like I said, these guys, this is going to be the thing that's going to have to be rectified this game. We can't let another team run all over us like we did last game. Genty ran for like 240 something, 6 touchdowns, and we can't have a repeat of that. So first and foremost, we need to stop the run. Also, their passing game is actually pretty efficient. Brendan Lewis, their quarterback, threw for 17 of 20, 158, and it's not a lot of yards, but that's very efficient. That's like almost 85% completion rate, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he got a couple of receivers that got some size to him. Once again, just like we had the issue with, Boise State, guys are 6'3", 6'3 plus. They have a receiver named Jaden Smith. He is 6'6", 210. That's like unreal. He should be on a basketball court, but he's playing football. And playing against Troy, he had 6 catches for 81 yards. I think he's over 100 yards for the season so far. Also, you got another couple of receivers that's pretty good as well. Marcus Bellon, I think he's a little bit smaller, but still 3 catches for 38, 1 touchdown. And I think it was Cortez Bradham. I think that was the other kid. Yes, Cortez Bradham. He also had a touchdown in the game as well. No, I take that back. Jace Henry had the touchdown. Cortez Bradham had 4 catches for 28 yards. So offensively, they can move the ball. And that's something that we had an issue with. We gave up 56 points. We gave up a ton of yards against Boise State. Going into Reno, Nevada, this cannot be an issue. If it is an issue, it's going to be another shootout, because I do like what Georgia Southern brings to the table offensively. But I will say, this defense that they have is really no pushover either. They did give up a good bit of yards, but they bend but don't break. At the final part of the game, they did not give up the 2-point conversion, and they end up winning against Troy 28-26. But at one point, Troy was up like 14-0 at one point. Or it was like 14-6 at halftime. So they can, you can get some points on this team. And as far as a team like Georgia Southern, who could put up 40-something points at any time with all the receivers we have, there are some chances there. Even though that I think that with them playing home, it's going to be a little bit different. They're going to be playing a little bit more fired up, and the defense might be slightly better than what they did against Troy. We still should be able to spread the field, get some running plays in, and actually move the ball just like we did against Boise State. shout out to Troy. Troy actually did pretty good moving the ball. I mean, they had, Devontae Ross, their running back, had a touchdown, 7 carries for 103. The former, I'm sorry, that's catches, 7 catches for 103 when it's coming to receiving. But running the ball, Damian Taylor had 11 runs for 103 and had a touchdown. Former Georgia Southern running back Gerald Green also played in that game. He had 11 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. So they gave up a good bit of yards in the running game. So hopefully we can get the running game going when we play against Nevada as well, because they could be had. Will Crowder, the quarterback for Troy, was 20 of 30 for 201, one touchdown, no interceptions. So they was able to move the ball against Nevada. If they were able to move the ball against Nevada, we should be able to do that as well. If we can stop what Nevada can do on the with the run game, and if we could get, the ball moving, we can actually take control of this game. But it all depends back on the defense. Can we tackle? Can we get some stops? We don't need the big runs. Savion Red cannot get off like Jeanty did, because Jeanty my goodness, what can you say? That kid was awesome. Now, another thing, this offensive line for Nevada is actually pretty stout. It's pretty good offensive line. One of their linemen is like 6'8". You got a couple other guys that's 6'3" plus, over 300 pounds. So they got a big offensive line. So we're going to have to find ways to penetrate the offensive line to stop the run. The passing game, I like what Nevada brings to the table. I cannot lie. With their receivers, the quarterback is highly efficient, not that many yards. If we can get some opportunities, once again, we had a couple opportunities when we played against Boise. We can get a couple opportunities where we can take the ball away. We can get command of this game and try to pull away, because I think that with our offense, we can make some noise with this offense. The Georgia Southern offense can put up points. We put up a good bit of points this past game. If we can replicate that, I'm going to be quite honest. If we could put up that many points against Nevada, I don't think Nevada can actually keep up with us. I just don't, but I don't want every game to be a shootout. I don't want every game to be a foot race. I do want to see the defense, put the clamps down on a few teams this season where we could just go in and get a commanding win. Now, will that happen? I'm not sure. I just don't know, because Nevada, they're 1-1 right now, but they got a running back that can run the ball, and they got another running back that had 2 touchdowns. If they can run the ball like that, it's going to be a long day. Now, our offensive firepower can make some things happen, but it's just, I'm just a little worried about that, because I don't want it to be a marathon. I thought it would be a marathon playing against Boise, because I knew what they brought to the table with Jeanty and their receivers, which they did everything they basically played out the way I thought it would. But this go around, I don't want it to be a trend going into the season further than it need to be. I think the second game we should, understand what we had, what we had to deal with, figure out some mistakes, do some things a little bit different. And when it comes to actually matching up against this team, we need to find a way to get some 3 and outs, get some stops. Don't let the running back run all over us. Some of this high efficiency passing, it is a passing league at the end of the day when you look at the state of football right now. But if you could hold them if you could hold Brendan Lewis for 150 to 200 yards passing, I think you're doing pretty good. So we'll see how that goes as well. But let me know what you guys think. Does Nevada got a chance to win this game? Quite honestly, I think they do. They're at home, so they do have a good chance. But I think Georgia Southern, with the talent that we have, if we come into this game with the offense that we had, I think we'll do fine. But the defense cannot let this team run wild on us. Make them beat us in the passing game. Shut down their running game and make things happen. And hopefully we'll be able to run the ball as well, because even with the lackluster running game we had last, game, we still put up 45 points. If we can find a way to be more balanced and we can find a way to tackle better, I think this will be, I think we can win it. But it all depends on if we can stop the run. If we can't stop the run, then it's going to be a long day, and I'm going to be pretty worried about that. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'll be talking more Falcons then, because we're going to be talking about the Falcons game when they play against Pittsburgh, and hopefully you guys hang around then. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.